Super Bowl 60 was an absolute nightmare for the Patriots and their fans, like me. Everyone cheered in unison as they got demolished, which I completely understand why. We've been blessed with 20 years of football dominance, found our franchise quarterback after only 5 years of struggling, and seem to be contenders again. I can see why nobody wanted them to win. And then there's that. Yeah, the easy schedule. The only way anyone was going to respect the Patriots as a team is if they won the Super Bowl. Though, even with a win, I think most fans would still label them as fraudulent. Either way, it was going to be hard for fans to look past these criticisms. And what did the Patriots do? They collapsed in the Super Bowl. Here's a list of everyone that played well for the Patriots. Yep, that's it. Only the defense showed up. They kept the game close by holding the Seahawks to field goals for most of the game. By halftime, it was only 9-0. They did their part, especially Christian Gonzalez. He was the standout defensive player for them. He was a lockdown defender all game. He only allowed one completion. Patriots, if there's one thing you need to do in the offseason, it's pay this man. Give him what he wants. He's that good. Alright, that's enough of the positives. Let's look at the offense. Everything went wrong. The line couldn't block anything. This play shows it all. The receivers weren't doing enough. Josh McDaniels' play calling was too conservative and predictable at times. And last but not least, Drake May. His teammates did him no favors, but he simply had to be better. He has not played well this postseason. In 4 games, he had 7 touchdowns to 8 turnovers. He was not playing up to his MVP candidate status like in the regular season. He was missing passes and holding on to the ball for too long. Maybe his shoulder injury was causing some of these issues. Who's to say? All I know is he needed to play smarter.
I am smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T.
In the Super Bowl, it wasn't until the 4th quarter that May did anything. He threw a deep touchdown pass to Mac Hollins, then he got the ball back with around 10 minutes left, down 2 scores, and threw a bad interception which stopped any attempt to come back. If that wasn't proof enough that they wouldn't win, he threw a pick 6 to put the game entirely out of reach with 4 minutes left. He'd throw another touchdown pass, but it was far too late. He would end the game with 2 touchdowns, 330 total yards, 3 turnovers, and 6 sacks. May's stat line looks better than it actually was. His second touchdown and most of his yards were from garbage time. He was practically non-existent in the first 3 quarters. Overall, he wasn't able to overcome the Seahawks defense. However, despite his disappointing play, this was his first time in the playoffs. I'm still very hopeful and excited for May's future. If he can clean up the turnovers and learn from his mistakes, which I know he's capable of, the Patriots can continue to be contenders, and hopefully next year they can show that they aren't just easy schedule merchants. Please. Well, you did it. Congrats, Seahawks. You avenged your last Super Bowl. You don't have to hear about how you should have handed the ball off to Marshawn Lynch anymore.
Usually don't take my helmet off, but I take my helmet off and I go right to Pete Carroll's face.
Okay, maybe you'll still get mocked, but this was an excellent team win. Everybody did their part. Their defense was amazing. They stifled Drake May and Josh McDaniels for most of the game. 6 sacks, 3 turnovers, including a pick 6. That defense was too much for the Patriots to handle. They were very reminiscent of the Legion of Boom. Their special teams was also very good. Jason Myers was Mr. Reliable. He went 5 for 5 on field goals, breaking the Super Bowl record. No lie, I thought he was going to get the Super Bowl MVP. I actually voted for him too, because it would have been cool to see a kicker win it for the first time. No offense to Kenneth Walker. He not only had a fantastic postseason, but he also had a great game, putting up 135 rushing yards on 27 attempts. He was a massive reason why the Seahawks were able to get into field position to kick their field goals in the first place. Other than him, their other offensive weapons didn't do much. Jackson Smith-Njigba had a quiet game, and former Super Bowl MVP Cooper Kupp was solid. I guess AJ Barner was good too. He had their only offensive touchdown of the game. Aside from these 3, Walker did most of the heavy lifting on offense, which explains why he won MVP. Still, it would have been unique to see a kicker win it for the first time. Then there's Sam Darnold. Good for him. He bounced around from team to team, had an unexpected MVP type year with the Vikings because of JJ McCarthy's injury, and the Seahawks took a chance on him. Many fans thought his Viking season was a fluke because he was on a team with a loaded offense. Therefore, he needed to prove himself, and he did. He put up an efficient statistical season in 2025. However, the real test would be in the postseason, where he did exactly what he needed to in each game and didn't turn the ball over once. His Super Bowl stats weren't the most impressive, but he managed the game well enough against one of the best defenses in the NFL. He didn't have any unnecessary turnovers and played smart football. I don't think they could have asked for more from him. This was a major team win for the Seahawks. They absolutely outclassed the Patriots. Unfortunately, it had to be my favorite team, but I have to respect Sam Darnold, Mike McDonald, the special teams unit, and that defense. I think Drake May is going to have nightmares for a while because of that defense. Anyway, if they can maintain their roster and avoid major injuries, I don't see why they couldn't contend for the next several years. All their key players are young and in their primes. Seahawks fans, you have a lot to look forward to. Congrats. Enjoy your Super Bowl win. For now, mark my words, Drake May will return and he will have his revenge.